Welcome back to Pothi's The Big Pick and Big Home Videos script-to-screen series with Kite Runner.
اجازت آخر شب. تو مصروف چیستی؟
یک داستان.
And what a masterful and captivating story it is. Set in Afghanistan, Pakistan and San Francisco, tender and brutal, epic and personal at the same time, Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini is a stupendous piece of writing. Now you'd imagine that the film can in no way match the haunting beauty of the book. But cast those anxieties aside, because what writer David Benioff and director Mark Foster have done with the book for the screen deserves a standing ovation, no less. Amir, a Pashtun, and Hassan, a Hazara, are best of friends in pre-communist and pre-Taliban Kabul in the 70s. Hassan's father, Ali, works for Baba, Amir's father. While Amir is bookish and scares easily, Hassan not only has the opposite qualities, but is also the expert kite flyer and expert kite runner on the block. Street smart, plucky and devoted, Hassan will do anything for Amir.
مگوی بری دروغ گفتی؟ نمیفهم میگی؟ از دروغ کل خو کل خو.
For you, 1,000 times over. This is one of the defining and most heart-wrenching lines in the film. A line that will haunt Amir for nearly 3 decades after he betrays Hassan and has him and Ali leave a place that's practically their home and a broken Baba who treated them like family. What makes Amir behave so dishonestly and commit a heinous act that changes all their lives is not something that I would like to give away to those of you who haven't read or seen the film. Soon after, Baba and Amir flee Kabul because the communists take over, and Baba, being anti-communist, fears for his and his son's life. They undertake a harrowing journey through Pakistan and Iran and reach San Francisco. Here Amir graduates, marries the lovely Soraya.
What is he?
The rest of my life.
Here Baba dies longing for Hassan and with a locket of Kabul soil beside his bed. This is one of the many heart-tugging scenes in the film. Here Amir writes his book, and here Amir receives the phone call which will give him the opportunity to be good again.
I don't know if now's such a good time.
It's a very bad time. But you should come. There's a way to be good again, Amir. It will not be easy. But you must come, Amir.
The call comes from his father's old friend Rahim Khan. The Rahim Khan who listened to Amir's stories even before he could write them. The rest of the film traces Amir's journey back to Kabul, where his redemption lies in the form of a young boy named Sorab. It is a Kabul bare and treeless, its former glory in dusty rubble, a country taken over by the Taliban.
سرنگا کو کسان تکید وعده پاکری کی نسبت کوي کوي سزا وتاکو سرنگا سزا وتاکو کو کسان تکید پروردگار خبري نه مني سرنگا جواب ورکو کو کسان ته چې پروردگار په درگاه تیږي خرڅوي چې تیږي جواب باید پتیږي ورکل شي
Well, I cannot tell you any more about the plot because you just have to read the book and you have to see the film. And it's very difficult to decide which is more superior because both are works of art. Here you must meet director Mark Foster.
One of the producers, Rebecca Yeldam, sent me the book when I was in New York in 2003, right when it came out on hardcover, and I read it and I remember it very well because I was doing the blackout in New York, and I basically read it during the day, and it was it grabbed me. I said, oh my God, this is a beautiful book, a beautiful story.
The Kite Runner was shot at the border of Afghanistan and Pakistan in the western province of China called Xianjing in Tashkurgun. Recreating it to look like Kabul in the 70s must have been a huge challenge, but something that was pulled off remarkably. It took 3 days to shoot the kite tournament scene alone. More than 1,000 businesses had to close and 300 extras were rallied together on the set. It was organized chaos, according to the director. A kite master, Bazir, was brought from California and all the kids in the scene were trained. Author Khalid Hosseini says the idea for the story took shape when he read that the Taliban had banned kite flying. Sitting in America, he remembered his childhood in Kabul and sat down to write a short story called Kite Runner. The title came to him straight off. The story lay around for 2 years, and then Khalid Hosseini's wife Roya and her dad found it, and they told him that he had to revisit it.
I went to Afghanistan in 2003, and I would talk to people, and they would have this exact complaint that, you know, while we were fighting the Soviets, everybody was supporting us. When the Soviets left, everybody lost interest, and then people raped our country. And they actually used that word. People raped our country, and everybody just watched. And I had written this novel 3 months before with a scene that was just eerily similar to what they were saying, and I would get goosebumps because that Ali scene to me kind of plays in a larger way. And that if you take Hassan as a stand-in for Afghanistan and Amir as the international community, you know, the international community just kind of stood and watched as Afghanistan was brutalized over and over by these various regimes. So to me, that scene is also representative of something bigger than what's going on actually in the story.
Both Mark Foster and David Benioff said that Khalid Hosseini gave them complete freedom with the book and was very, very supportive of them. In fact, Hosseini himself said that it's not about seeing how much the movie matches up to the book, but how it can stand on its own. And I tell you, it stands tall, honorably tall.
There's something really noble about Khalid, and when you're adapting someone else's book, it's a kind of a tricky process because it's very hard to make the original writer happy. And I'm a novelist as well, so I understand that it's the novelist, the writer's baby, and you're basically taking that baby away from them and giving it plastic surgery. And Khalid was the opposite of that. I mean, he was always incredibly cooperative. He was always really enthusiastic, and he knew that certain changes would have to be made. He was very aware of that from the beginning, and he was a great resource for me. I mean, aside from the fact that he gave me his blessing, he also, I'm from New York City. I didn't grow up in Kabul. I don't have that background. I'm far from an expert, and any questions I had, I'd send Khalid emails at 3 in the morning. I'd get a response in a couple hours saying, whatever the question was, whether it was related to some type of Muslim ritual or growing up in Kabul at the time, anything, he was there for me. So it was a huge asset.
Casting director Kate Dowd has pulled a coup of sorts. She spent nearly 3 months in Kabul and found Zakaria Ibrahimi, who plays the young Amir, and Ahmad Khan Mohammedzada, who plays the young Hassan, in schools there. Both boys had not only never acted before, but had never seen a film ever in their lives either. Humayun, who plays Baba, has the most noble, tormented, kind and handsome face. An architect in real life, in the film he puts up a quietly dazzling performance, as do Khalid Abdullah as the grown-up Amir, Atosa Leone as Soraya, Sean Toob as Rahim Khan, Abdul Salam Yusufzai as Asif, Elham Ehsas as the young Asif, Ali Danish Bakhtiari as Sorab, Syed Tagmi as Farid and Qadir Farooq as General Tahiri. Each one must be mentioned because each one so appropriately cast. The film has an elegant austerity to it, spare and to the point. Through its economy and restraint, it makes a deep and indelible impression. The book is another wonderful experience altogether. To borrow the words of writer Isabel Allende, for a long time after reading it, everything else seems bland. Well, from the Kite Runner to none other than the Moonwalker, right here on Pothi's The Big Pick after a short